Just a barren desert. Today we're going to review the new Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Primer, Yummy Skin Foundation. I have been testing these for over a week now. I've tried them multiple different ways. And oh lordy, do I have some opinions and some thoughts on these particular products right here. So if you're interested, let's just go ahead and get stuck straight into the meat and potato of the video. Before we do, let's actually do the YouTube things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get straight into it. You are zoomed in nice and close because we're going to talk and apply the products as we kind of go along. Now I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum in the shade Main Squeeze. So there's two shades in this and I've got the lighter one. And then I have the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation in the shade 4N, which is like a light neutral. If any of you remembered my like makeup brands that I wanted to try in 2022, Danessa Myricks was one of those kind of top 5 makeup brands that I really wanted to try this year. So when I saw that she kind of came out with these products, I was like, oh, this is a really good chance for me to start dipping my toes into her brand. And I was just really curious about them as well because I don't know, they kind of seemed like they were my vibe of makeup choice lately, especially for my complexion. For example, I did not think I was gonna not like the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. Normally that is not my vibe, but I am in love with it. So I thought maybe this would work for me. Let's talk about this little Yummy Skin Primer first. I've seen so many people talk about how they really hate the name of this. I get it, like yummy, it's kind of weird, but also I don't really care about names of things to have too much of an opinion. So what it says is, this is a sheer golden champagne shade, which is correct. And it says that it is a skincare infused radiant priming serum that hydrates, preps, and protects skin for a lit glow from within. It has a heap of antioxidant like rich fruit extracts in it, such as kiwi, dragon fruit, fig, pomegranate, to protect skin from environmental stresses. It's formulated with turmeric and olive derived squalane, and it is a serum oil hybrid, and it provides long lasting hydration for plump dewy skin. It says that it is good for dryness, dullness, uneven texture, and it's basically for all skin types, including acne prone. Here's my issue. Because the claims of this product is talking all about how it's good for skin, it's like skin loving, it's going to do more than just be makeup, and it's good for acne prone skin, however, and sensitive skin, etc. However, she put fragrance in this. And for me, that's just like opposing. And maybe if she had put like that it was like a skincare type product, but didn't specifically put for acne prone and sensitive skin, then I would just be like, oh, it sucks that she put fragrance in it as well, but like whatever. But when you're gonna advertise a product for sensitive and acne prone skin, a lot of the time, what is gonna aggravate both sensitive and acne prone skin is fragrance. And this is a heavy fragrance, like it smells a lot. It's not a bad smell, it's like a fruit, like tutti frutti, like Glow Recipe watermelon, that's what this smells like. But it's a lot of fragrance for someone who's claiming that this product is good for sensitive skin, because I have sensitive skin, as you know, and fragrance is something that's definitely going to irritate my sensitive skin. And I have definitely noticed that with this product. I stupidly did not check the ingredients list before I bought both of these products. Had I checked the ingredients list before I bought these products, I wouldn't have bought them, if I'm honest with you, because I knew that this would aggravate it. But yeah, so first off the bat, I'm already put off because on the primer, she has said that it's for sensitive skin, but included fragrance in it, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Don't get me wrong, I do understand there's a lot of people out there where their skincare in their skin does not get irritated by fragrance, but most sensitive skin people will get irritated by fragrance. So anyway, rant over. The primer itself was $34 USD and 54 Australian dollars it works out to be, and you get 32.5 mils in it. So, you know, kind of standard, and it's like, I'm not mad at the price or anything like that. Packaging is very light and plasticky and kind of comes with this squeezy tube, but to be honest with you, I kind of like it. I like the color of it. I like that it has like a big base at the bottom so you can like stand it up in your collection and it's not gonna like flip around or anything. So yeah, definitely like makeup artist friendly packaging as well, I think. So I kind of get it. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'll just squeeze some out on the back of my hand here so that you can see what the product looks like here. It definitely does feel like a serum oil type hybrid product. I'll give it that. And when I put it on the back of my hand here, you can see that it is glowy. So, okay, so far, tick. I'm going to apply mine with a brush like I always do. If I kind of apply anything with my hands, like I already have red skin, it gets a lot redder, you know what I mean? And I have a lot of breakouts going on at the moment, so you guys are really going to see how these products work against that. Some of these breakouts are, to be completely transparent with you, from these products because I have been testing this for a week, but these nasty ones here, like the real big ones, they're actually from the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and I'm devastated. I'm devastated. I just tried it. I really like it. Looks great on my skin, but the fragrance in it, I think, fully breaks me out. If you're wondering why I bought so many products and my skin's sensitive with fragrance in it, I bought the Easy Bake one thinking maybe my skin had gotten over it because it was more coconut irritating it. Fun fact, my skin just doesn't like fragrance or coconut. Anyway, and I didn't look at the ingredients list of these. So I'm going to squeeze out about that much on here, and I'm just going to like spread it around. I am going to just spread it on the outer perimeter of my face because I really don't want to aggravate this area any more than it is with like a fragrance product. So you guys will just see like from my forehead and stuff what this looks like. But I'm sorry, YouTube, I'm not gonna give myself further cystic acne in the middle of my face for you. So, as you can see, my skin looks really glowy and greasy and oily, and it kind of feels that way, I guess, as well. Here's my thoughts on this primer, you guys. Does it look nice here on my skin? Sure. It does actually. Even though I look oily, when you put a foundation over the top of this, it would look quite lovely, especially a more natural finish for my combination oily skin. And I should say that I have sensitive combination skin. That's my skin type. So all of my review is coming from the perspective of someone with sensitive combination skin, gets oily at certain times of the month, gets dry at some times of the month. Right now I'm going through an oily phase. I hate this. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. I do not like this primer at all, and I would just say skip it. First of all, if you have sensitive skin, just skip it altogether, and even acne, unless you know that your skin is specifically not irritated by fragrance, then fine. But if you do have sensitive acne skin and you're not quite sure, I just skip it because the fragrance will probably do it. Also, if you're someone that is sensitive to fragrance and like that will give you a headache, because I know some people are like that, don't even bother, the smell's really strong. But also, this is supposed to be really hydrating on the skin, and it is not. I actually find this product, I have actually put on as my skincare a lot of like, not a lot, but I have also put on underneath this serum for my skincare a marula oil and also a really hydrating moisturizer from Purito because of how drying this primer and you'll find out later on the foundation is. So I really don't find, sure, this gives you a glow. I'll give her the claim of the glow, but if you're going to use this to, what does she say, uneven texture? No, hell no. This is going to do absolutely zero squat for your texture. I'm sorry, at least from my skin type, if you find that my like base product recommendations, you vibe with them and you find that we're same, just don't even do it. It's not going to do anything for your texture or your pores. It's just going to enhance your texture and your pores, at least from my experience. And then what she got, dullness and dryness. Sure, dullness because I'm now glowy. You can see how glowy I am. Dryness, hell no. This made my skin like a desert, just a barren desert. It is not like, and you guys know I love the Chanel Le Beige's Water Fresh tint because that is super hydrating on my skin and I love that. It makes my skin so juicy and plump in the best way possible. But this does not. This is, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's right up there with the LYS gripping primer for me. I really dislike it. And I'm sorry. And I don't like to be negative, but I have to be honest about it. Before I actually go and put this foundation on, I am going to put some of my Tarte Pore primer on because if I don't, I mean, I use this with every single foundation anyway. If you've been around my channel for a hot minute, you know that. So, you know, I'm not going to be unfair to this foundation and make it look bad on purpose when I know that even with the foundations that I love, I would use this Pore primer. So, you know, we'll do all the same steps. Let's go ahead and talk about this foundation, shall we? So I got the shade Foreign, which in the bottle and when you pump out on the back of your hand, looks like it would be a really good shade for me, but this is that light. Like when you put this on your face, this is like the KVD Apple Concealer where you buy your shade that you think you would be and then it's like 4 shades way too light for you. Like these foundations run like that, where the shade is like 3 shades too light for you than you would think for a light neutral, because light neutral, and you know what I mean? Anyway, just shade up is my recommendation. If you're going to try this foundation, shade up. The packaging again is very light and plasticky, but again, she is a makeup artist brand, so I get that. I think it's fully in line with her brand, considering like if you're a makeup artist, you're not going to want heavy packaging. And I really like it actually, because it's like this screw top and you get the squeezy tube, and then it actually like comes off and you can just buy refillable packaging. So the packaging itself I really like. I think that's really useful for anyone. Let's talk about the claims. So a skin loving skincare hybrid foundation with medium buildable coverage that effortlessly creates a natural skin-like glow. So it says that it has ingredients known to balance hydration and moisture while protecting skin from free radical antioxidants. The nourishing formula addresses common skin concerns for comfortable everyday wear. So like I said, liquid formula, medium buildable coverage, radiant finish, vegan and clean. Clean, that's highly debated, but anyway. Formulated with hyaluronic acid, antioxidants and skin-loving oils, paraben sulfate and cruelty-free. And it says it's good for hyperpigmentation, dryness, dark circles, uneven texture, fine lines and wrinkles, balancing sebum. Again, it says it's good for acne and sensitive skin. And it has all your same oils in it as well, like your jojoba oil, hyaluronic acid, olive-derived squalane. For light coverage, use a pea-sized amount and apply in even layers with either a fingers, brush or sponge. Medium coverage, 2 pea-sized amounts, and then this either use a brush or a sponge, but it does not say your fingers. This one also has fragrance in it, so again, I do take issue to the fact that she is saying that it is for sensitive acne-prone skin. Don't put fragrance in it if you're going to advertise that. That is like my personal gripe, but I'll get over it. It's the same price as the primer, so 54 Australian dollars, and I think, what did I say, 34 USD off the top of my head, so same price as the primer, which is fine. I'm gonna give you a spoiler alert. I can't dislike this foundation anymore, to be completely honest. That's actually, no, that's not true, because I dislike the Lisa Eldridge foundation. For me personally, I know it's a lot of people's favorite, it just does not work for me, period. I dislike that foundation a lot more than I dislike this one, but I dislike this foundation quite a bit. It's, again, it has hyaluronic acid in it. My skin doesn't super love hyaluronic acid. And again, I'm an idiot. I should have read the foundation ingredients before I picked it up, because had I seen that it had fragrance and hyaluronic acid in it, I would have been like, this is 100% not gonna work for you. Generally, if a foundation has hyaluronic acid in it, it is not gonna work for me. So take that with a grain of salt. But again, I feel like it's really important that I at least communicate why it doesn't work for me, etc. Because if, like I said, if you have skin like mine and you find that most of my preferences are pretty on par with yours, then maybe I can save you some coin if you're thinking about picking this up. It just does not work for me. And in fact, I've watched a few reviews since trying this because I'm like, am I crazy? Is this just me? But it seems to be a very polarizing foundation, but majority of what I have seen is that they don't like it. I'm gonna do half my face with a brush and half my face with a sponge. And yeah, I'll show you. So I'm gonna pop a couple of amounts out onto the back of my little palette here. I'm gonna do the 2 pea-sized amounts, so like that, and we'll see how we go. I'm actually going to pick this up with like a little flat shader brush and just kind of do this first, because I find I get more spreadability from the product when I do it like this. This is just a LYS brush, by the way, which I really quite like. You can already see like how light this is. I mean, thankfully with bronzer, etc., you can really just get away with it, but you know. So I'm just gonna spread this out and then I will tell you my thoughts, okay? So this is half the face with a brush and this is half a face with nothing. So you can kind of see, now this is one pea size amount. Now it does look crazy because it's too light for me, which is not really Danessa's fault, it's my fault. Well, it's not really my fault for not picking. It's hard when you're online, right? It just is what it is. So the actual shade, fine. I mean, it's a good neutral shade, so I'll give her the fact that the undertone is really quite good. Definitely medium coverage, like it has kind of covered most of my imperfections here, which is pretty good. Like the coverage itself is okay if you're someone that doesn't, I just thought, you know, you read like a serum foundation and I really thought this was just going to be like a really light coverage foundation. I really didn't think it was going to be able to even give me this much coverage. So, you know, if you are someone that's looking for coverage, then there's that. I don't know if you can see. It looks horrific. It looks so dry. Like I just don't know if the texture is going to pick up on camera, but this is so dry. Like I know it looks glowy and oily, but it's because of the primer underneath and my skincare. Like, oh, can you even see like how dry it is right here? Oh, it's so drying. It sits on top of the skin. It doesn't sit in, it doesn't like melt into the skin. Like it just sits on top of it and really looks foundation-y. Even when I use a really, really light amount. So the first time I used it, I used like the pea size amount for my whole face. But one, it just didn't cover anything then. And two, it still sat on top of the skin so that it looked dry and like foundation-y. And it just like, to build up in the areas where I wanted more coverage, it ended up getting so heavy and cakey feeling on my skin. It looked so bad and I hated it. So then I kind of was playing around with, you know, like using the brush, using the sponge, etc. to try and find a happy medium. But honestly, I really haven't been able to find a happy medium for this foundation. It's just, I did watch a review. I can't remember. Actually, it was Tanya B. Wells. I really like her channel. I'll link her down below if you haven't watched her before. She reviewed this foundation and she actually quite likes it, but she did say like, do not build this up to be quite heavy, like to be, she did say, sorry, be careful how you build this up and how much you build this up because it does look really heavy and cakey on the skin. I'm going to go over this side with the sponge because it needs to like melt into the skin a little bit better. Yeah, she said just like be careful how much you build this up because it will look really heavy and cakey on the skin, and that's 100% correct. So I just find that this really is super heavy feeling on the skin. Like I haven't used a lot of product, like even those 2 pea size amounts, you can see like I've still got quite a bit left and like this is pretty decent coverage, but it will start to look cakey and heavy in here. It will settle into my fine lines. It looks dry. It looks like it's sitting on top of the skin. It just doesn't look good. Whereas like when I put my NARS on, I'm like, oh wow, my skin really just looks really good and really healthy. And getting the vibe, I really dislike it. I really dislike it. Putting it on is not fun. It's like just, it's not a fun product to use. These products are not for me and my skin type at all. That's all I'm going to say about it now. I'm going to leave it there. I hate that I'm so negative about it, but I really just have to be honest about how I feel. And I fully recognize that there are a lot of people out there that these products will look absolutely amazing for, but for me and my skin type and the way that it behaves, they do not in any way, shape or form. What I'm going to do is I am going to finish the rest of my makeup. I will speed through the rest of like my base makeup, etc. just so that you can see what it kind of does and looks like, etc. And then I will come back and we will kind of do the full final thoughts. So just a jivvy. this is the full finished makeup look. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an up close here. I have kind of finessed my base as much as I possibly can, to be honest with you, to get it to look as good as possible, but my lord, it just looks bad. It looks so dry and just unhealthy looking and very like makeup looking. Like it really doesn't look natural in any way. It just doesn't. Like you could get away with it. It's definitely better than like what the Lisa Eldridge foundation, for example, looks like on my skin, but it's still just, it just really doesn't look good, you guys. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. It just looks bad. So anyway, yeah, like I said, if you have skin like mine, I really don't recommend these products. I just really think give them a miss, to be honest. I don't even know if you have dry skin, if these will look good on you, because I find them drying. I guess if you're someone that you know hyaluronic acid especially looks amazing on you and like really works for your skin type, then you'll probably like these. Yeah, I don't know. I just recommend skipping them, to be honest, and going for the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation or the Chanel Water Fresh Tint. That's my recommendation. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've tried these and let me know if you like them, please. I'm super interested to know because yeah, I feel like this is one of those ones that maybe I'm a little bit on a ledge. I don't know. Anyway, I'd be really interested to hear your thoughts, so let me know in the comments down below what you think. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it or found it helpful in some way, shape or form. If you're watching till this point, you're an absolute legend. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. If you are here till this point, please make sure you've given the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It really, really helps my channel out, so I truly appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.